Hello again. So I just wanted to put a video together about our bike fitting service. This is part of our new bike builds anyway. So you'd have this service when you're having your new bike designed. With the system we use is done by Bikefitting.com. It's a data-driven system. So we need to take measurements using the tools that we have to the best of our ability, and then enter that stuff into the computer, which we'll show you in another section of the video. And then that then gives us the bike build that we need to do for you. So Bikefitting.com is actually pro and Shimano driven. So you've got quite a lot of sort of power behind it. There's probably a better word for it, but that's kind of the system we've signed up for. So we subscribe to this system. The machine that we have here takes 11 measurements. The measurements are done by the various gauges and stuff on it, and then you have the measures down the side. So this top one would do your height. This you would measure just under at the top of your torso to measure your torso height, and then you also use this tool to measure arm length. And then the gauge down here, or the part down here, slides up and that measures inseam. We can measure foot lengths using the gauge on there, and then you flip that over to measure the left foot. So that one would go over the other side, and then you could measure the left foot as well. This one would go up out of the way. Then we've got the shoulder one, which is one of the first measurements that we do. So measure your shoulder width. So that gauge would go across the shoulder, and then there's certain parts of the anatomy that we put that on to measure across your shoulders. It actually goes to the edge of there. That's how we measure that. And then we do your measure your arm length as well by setting this to your AC joint, and then you would hold this part of the tool in the hand, and then that would give you the calculations to be able to work out how long your arms are, and it would measure each arm individually to do that. So as soon as we finish using the main tool, we'll then use the saddle selector. The saddle selector tool will tell us what size saddle you'll need. If I fire it on there, that will just show you what the display looks like. That's the main screen. We'll just tar that off. That will just zero it down, and then it's ready for you to sit on. So when you sit on it, this will measure between your sit bones, and then it will tell us in millimeters on the display what size saddle we will require to get you, or it will give us guidance on what saddle. I'll show you that on the table in a second. It's important as well when we're using this that we get you to sit in the appropriate way according to the type of bike you're going to get.